let's try creating a collection in our database. If you go to the cluster in HOC database, my data collection, this was just some sample data that I had created earlier to show you how we are reading from the database through Mongo DB and Mongoose. Now what we want to do is create a collection from our Express application in the database. So for that, what we'll first do is we'll create collections related to our application over here. Now we know that we are trying to create a basic social media application. For that, simply what we need to do is we have to create these kinds of collections. It should have users, and then we will have posts related to the users. So whatever post a user is sharing, that would be a collection in our database. Then we'll have comments. Each and every comment that any user is making on a post shared by any other user or themselves, that would be stored over here. And then we will have one collection which would be likes. So if a person is liking any post, that information would be stored in this particular collection. So let's try creating it. We just need to click create collection over here. I'm giving the name users and clicking on create collection. Similarly, we'll be creating 3 other collections. Posts, then we have comments. After this, we will have likes. So we have created all the collections related to our application in the database. Now we'll be inserting some data from MongoDB cloud only directly into the database. In each of the collections, we'll be inserting document. Now for a user, what kind of information should the user have? The user would have a username. Let me just give some sample name. After that, the email should come. Then we can have bio. So this would be some text that the user would store just to describe themselves. And tech enthusiast. After this, let's have created ad. When the user is added into the system, this information would be stored in created ad. So for this, I'll just 18 and giving a random value for the time. After this, let's have followers count. Let's say 140 and following count 246. Okay, so this is just some sample data that I'm trying to insert in the users collection. I click on insert over here, and now it's trying to fetch the document after inserting one record. So you're seeing that this ID column is automatically generated by the DB itself. I did not enter the ID value. All of this information, this was entered by me. Now we'll just enter some sample value into the post collection as well. But the post cannot be independent, right? This has to be related to a user. So what we'll do is we'll retrieve this information, and the post collection would be something like this. The post should have user ID. This user ID is the one that I have fetched from the users collection as of now. So I have only one user in the system, so that ID was generated by the DB itself. I did not enter it, but I have fetched it to assign this particular post to a particular user. So this is how we are relating one collection to another. After this, we will have content for the post. Then we can have image if the user has attached any image also on the post. After this, we are having created at, and then I just need to enter some random date value. So let's say the user tried to create the post at 12. Now for a post, it should have likes count. Let's say 140. And then the comments count as well. As of now, we are only keeping the count information for the likes and comments in this collection, that is post. I click on insert. Great. So I'm able to see the post sample data that I just entered over here in my collection. Now let's have some information in the comments as well. We are trying to insert. We will give post ID and mention the value that we have taken from the post collection. So this particular ID was automatically generated by the DB. We did not enter it. That ID we are trying to reference in the comments collection. So this is the foreign key reference for the post collection over here. Now, as the comment has to be associated with the post, it has to be associated with the user as well, because a particular user would only be making a comment on any post. So both the post ID and the user ID have to be referenced over here. So we have to give the user ID, paste it over here, and take the user ID from this collection, just add it over here, then take this and go back to my comments collection, insert the document, and now I have post ID and user ID referenced in comments collection. After this, we need to have the text related to the comment. So whatever comment a user is making, that has to be stored over here. Then let me give created at and some random date value. Okay, so we're good. We'll insert this, and now we have comments collection populated with some sample data. We're able to see over here the ID is automatically generated by the DB. Similarly, we will have the likes collection as well. I have just copied the collection from the comments and will utilize it to enter the data over here in the likes. So for the likes collection, we need to have the post ID, the user ID, but we don't need the text. We simply need to have the created at. So let's say 14. And that is because for the like, It is just the count that we are interested in when we are fetching the data. When we are trying to fetch the details for the number of likes that a post have or who has liked the post, for that we require the user ID, and the number of likes would be the number of records that are there in the likes collection for a particular post. So this is how we have created the likes collection schema. All of this information that I have entered in these collections was to show you how we will be creating the schemas in our application. Because while creating the application, we have to design the schema also. And as we have entered all of the information in our four collections, we have seen how we are referencing one collection from another, how we are taking two keys that are foreign key references in the comments collection, and how just one key in the post. So this is the schema as of now. When we are growing the application, it might change, but you are able to see how we have designed the schema for our application successfully. So before proceeding with making the changes in the application for the create operation, let's try to read this data in our Express application. I'll just simply change the collection name over here, and then we will just save the changes. You see, earlier we were trying to read my data collection. Now we are reading users collection. Let's save it, and I'll just refresh the page. Then we go to our application, and on the console, we are able to see that through Mongoose and MongoDB, we are able to fetch the new collection successfully. This is the information that we just entered, and the ID was generated by the DB itself. So this is working perfectly with the new collection as well. Now we'll try to create a new record into this collection through our Express app.